Welcome to Soccer As We Like It, the Man United direction, and today we have completed the transfer window. Nothing was done in the transfer window apart from us signing a player who we already had, but there were no new signing in this window, and there was one outgoing, no incoming apart from a player we already had. Let's get right to it. Welcome to Soccer As We Like It, the Man United direction, and today we got so much to talk about. We've got rumours, we've got transfers, and we've got information and stuff about the match against Leicester coming up on Sunday. Right, let's start with the transfers. Man United did not make any new purchases in this transfer window, which closed yesterday midnight, and all United did was get the signature of this great guy right there, Anthony Martial. It was a success for United. He was signed on to another a 5-year deal, which has been going back and forth. You got to remember, this was a guy Mourinho tried to sell last season. He is a player for the future. So United can't afford to be selling him. So United have, they've gone back and forth with contracts, back and forth, and finally he has agreed a 5-year contract at United. Pen to paper, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and the deal is done. That's a good job by United. Good job by the board, good job by Ole and Ed Woodward. Nice work done. Outgoing, we had Marouane Fellaini. This was a weird one because last season when he was about to be sold, Mourinho begged him not to leave. And he said now that the club has not been able to find a bar for him, he can now make a deal and demand what he wants. That United should have made the deal and made the offer for him earlier and negotiated with earlier. Cut the long story short, United couldn't sell him last season because Mourinho made sure he was kept in the club. But Fellaini has been in the club since 2016. He's a David Moyes buy. But if we look at it, he's okay player. He's not a bad player, but he's not a typical United player, if that makes any sense, because you have pro Fellaini and against Fellaini. I'm right in the middle. He's not the best United player we've ever had, but the reason United kind of respected him was, if you remember the season, I think it was 2011 or 2012 season, United were leading Everton 4-2. Fellaini came in, changed the game. He played as a number 10 that day and gave United back for severe problems, and the game ended 4-4. But Alex Ferguson retired. The following season won the title. Alex Ferguson retired. Just give me a bit of history. United won the title the following season. Ferguson retired. David Moyes came in, brought in Fellaini. He has good height. He can head the ball. He's very physical, which is good when you're trying to play these physical teams. It's good. He can pass sideways. It's good, but he's just not your typical United player. But I would like to say thank you for Fellaini. All those last-minute goals he got with the headers against Derby County, against Arsenal, against young boys. We really appreciate the services you provided for Man United. We wish you all the best in China. Thank you, goodbye, and good night. So with United not taking part in this transfer window, not buying anyone else, the reason being, I believe, was because they are not sure if it's OGS who's going to be there in the summer or any other manager. Because if you buy someone now, and if you look at it, right, look at this from a critical angle. Any player you buy now in the January window is mostly a loan deal. It's not going to be some, you can't really make all those big deals. Koulibaly and all these, Perisic and whoever, and even Billy the Butcher. You can't make those deals in this small window. This window is mostly for players who are not getting game time. I just want to play. I'll make a loan deal. That is what this window really is. And kind of like last minute desperation. I need one more player to stop me from going relegated. Stuff like that is but the big window is in summer. But United, if they know who they want in summer, if it's OGC or someone else, that is why they refuse to spend money in this window and are holding it back to next summer. But we have so much dead wood, which I call the dead wood United, which needs to be removed. We have Darmian, Valencia, Jones. Who else is there? Rojo. We have still some dead wood just still sitting there who are not going anywhere. And I mean, I think United, what I heard, United are going to offer Mata and actually 1-year extensions. Whether Mata wants that or not, but he's done well. I think I don't know if it's due to lack of game time with Mata or his loss of form, because he's not been playing very well lately. He's kind of been struggling, really struggling in games, kind of just getting through the games. The game against Burley, he was really poor actually. He really was a poor player. So I don't know what is up with Mata. If he wants to leave, then I wish him all the best. I thank you very much. But Rojo, so injury prone. Jones, so injury prone. Damian, I don't know why he's still there. Valencia, all these are goodbye and good night. There's just nothing, just need to sell them off. There's nothing else to just keep this, offload them. So that'd be 4 or 5 players. Then you're not going to bring in 4 or 5 players in the summer. That's why some people suggested United should do a little of transfers in this window than more in the summer. But if you're going to do a big one, which means 5 in or 6 out, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but we shall see. If you follow this channel, Soccer As We Like It, the Man United direction, we shall be able to update you through the summer, because we are working through the whole, even though the season's over, we will still be updated with Manchester United updated news. Right, let's preview the match against Leicester City. After United's fantastic comeback against Burley, after coming back from 2-0 down and saving the game to 2-2, keeping our undefeated record intact. It was a game everyone suggested and predicted 6-0, 7-0, 8-0, blah, 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 blah. But Burley came with a game plan. Stifle United, hit them where it hurt, which was their new defensive frailties. Jones, Pereira, I think Jones' pass was poor. The second goal, I don't want to talk about that second goal. It was just a header. Lindelof and Young were just there, and then it's like poor cohesion. There's no cohesion between the two centre-backs. Why Bailly didn't play, unless he was injured, I don't really know why he played Jones. But we got a 2-2, a beautiful penalty from Pogba. But the thing I really liked was the determination, that drive to keep coming back to. They kept pushing Burley under pressure and under pressure. They brought in Sanchez. It was his header that was fantastically saved, that Lindelof hit the rebound. Lindelof was my man of the match. I thought the team overall played a very good game. I thought they played fantastic football. I thought they were determined, they were driven, they were playing some, they pushed Burley all the way to the final whistle, and they got a point. Could have got more goals, but they could have saved goal. Had Rashford not missed that sitter in the first 10 minutes, I think the game would have been a completely different game altogether. The keeper, Heaton, made some saves from Lukaku, Rashford, Pogba. The Burley keeper was good. Let's roll the tape to Leicester City. Leicester City went to Anfield, who everyone thought would get thrashed for the title chasing Liverpool. But they got there and got a point, stopping Liverpool from marching on, because Manchester City on the same day messed up by losing to Newcastle, despite scoring first in 24 seconds. That's why I always say, football is a funny old game, and in the Premier League, anybody can beat anybody on any given day. Everyone expected Man City to thrash Newcastle. We went there and beat them 2-0. Man City scored in 24 seconds. We thought, floodgates. They lost 2-1. Everyone thought Leicester were going to be thrashed at Anfield. They drew 1-1. So, you never know. So, this Leicester team are hot and cold. On any given day, they could beat you. Any given day, they could lose. So, that game on Sunday is going to be a very tactical, tough game, because Leicester at home, they could be good. Then they could be bad. But I think United have learned from the game against Burnley and are prepared to take this game. I hope Martial is back. I hope Bailly is back in the middle of the defense to partner Lindelof, because that partnership, the 4 changes Ole made, I think was a bit much. Pereira, Jones, Mata, Lukaku, it was a bit too much, too sudden. I think we kind of underestimated Burnley, which you don't do. So if it goes out with the same lineup of De Gea, Young, Lucio, Lindelof, Bailly, Herrera, Pogba, Matic, Rashford, Martial, and Lingard, I think that combination will work well to defeat Leicester. Then bring on Lukaku and Sanchez on as subs if things are not going according to plan. And bring on Jones if the defense needs tightening up. Something like that. But normally, that lineup is the lineup that should go to Leicester and get the 3 points. But going forward, I think United should be able to win 3 goals to 1 is my prediction. 3-1 or 2-1 away at Leicester would be nice to get the 3 points and put pressure on Arsenal, because Arsenal are going to City, where I know and I hope and I believe Man City really need to get the act together to beat Arsenal, to push their championship aspirations further and push Arsenal further down so we can escape and go above them. It's simple as that. As for Chelsea got beaten 4-0. So I think Chelsea are going through a patch. As you saw Sarri's outburst on the players that they're not motivated, they can't be bothered. Are we surprised? Are we surprised? Chelsea always get managers fired. They always down tools, but they said there's one guy. His name starts with E and ends with H. Is the guy who's the master plan behind this. You guys figure that one out, and I will leave that to you. Going forward, Man United are playing Leicester on Sunday. It's an early kickoff, so United need to be there need to get themselves focused, get enough rest, and on Wednesday. Who do we have? PSG minus Neymar. Now that's a big one, and that's the big test for OGS. I hope we win. I hope we beat Leicester. I mean, if we're leading Leicester, manage the game well, take players off, rest them, and get them ready for PSG. Because PSG are coming to Old Trafford. They are coming to town with Mbappe. People forgetting Cavani. Cavani is a deadly predator. Deadly predator. Arsenal fans will tell you what he did to them. He taught them a lesson. So we need to keep an eye. If we're going to play in the defense, Burley and Lindelof. No Jones, no own goals, no penalties conceded. We don't need that. So just go with Burley and Lindelof for the PSG. I'll do a preview of the PSG game after the Leicester game. So don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to Soccer As We Like It, the Man United direction. And don't forget to hit the bell for your notifications to watch our videos. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Thank you very much. We shall see you after the game against Leicester. Glory, glory, Manchester United. And we are hoping for 3 more points to climb up the table. Thank you.